Greetings, DMs, GMs, and players. This is the Insomniac GM. This video is to show you why I think the Galaxy Exploration Manual for Starfinder is the perfect tool set for homebrewing your own game setting. I use this in a lot of different homebrew settings, and I even use it for cities and other locations. Now this book has 158 pages, and out of 95 of these pages, I find them very easy to fit into a fantasy setting. If you end up using even less than that, or if you go sci-fi setting, you could probably use any of these. Now, on page 46, there's the Infinity World system. So when you end up going to make your own setting using this book, you end up rolling on the table to generate what kind of world this is. A lot of times when I end up making cities or other situations, I skip this and I go to the other steps. I actually demonstrated this system with my brother earlier, showing him how it could be effective for him. And in his setting, he now has a section where essentially it's kind of like BioShock Infinite, where the town is a city in the sky. But his world is like a Toy Story world, so he based it all off of like balloons and stuffed animals for this city. He was actually pretty impressed with this book. But I wanted to demonstrate creating a world in here just to show you guys how useful it could be for you. So the first step is you roll a D100, and I ended up getting a 35, so it's just going to be a terrestrial planet. And then we'll roll for gravity, and we got a 3, so it's just standard gravity. Not really an interesting planet to start off with. So I rolled a 6, so this is going to be a marsh planet. So let's see what we can do with that. So if you end up going to page 47, it ends up telling you what to roll to determine the politics, the alignment of your world. So got 1 and another 1. So this marsh planet it has low accord, so very could be like a Mad Max like world, you know, apocalyptic. So for alignment, I ended up getting chaotic. We'll roll again. I got a 5. So 5 is good. So this place is a chaotic good marsh planet, and there is low magic, and religion, there's low religion, and technology, there's standard technology. So with that being said, if I was to take this world, and let's say I set it in 5th edition, I would probably end up limiting the player level cap and probably eliminate paladins and clerics, or you could even change paladins to they get their magic from being champions of the people or whatever other means you want. But I would probably make it where the world was like full of like good and lawfulness in that, and essentially the gods vanished, and it's caused mass chaos amongst these people. And essentially you have a bunch of people who are good, but they're lost in the ways without their gods now. Could probably do a lot better with my description of this world. Um, but this is me being spontaneous in the moment. But I think there's good possibility. Now, you can go further into this book, and if you go to page 68 for Marsh, it will end up giving you different rules for the Marsh worlds and that. And it actually has a table for who lives on the planet, what kind of threats are on the planet, and they have a table for what kind of adventures you could run. Frankly, I'm not gonna try to read that upside down, but this is just an example to show you the possibilities you could use this rule set for. Now, the next thing I would like to bring to your attention is page 132. So on page 132, we get rules for helping you run a sandbox adventure, setting up a home base, expanding your setting. There are rules in here. I'm currently running a sandbox game, and I wish I would have had this rule set beforehand. For the most part, I did pretty well with what's in here, but it would have helped me out a lot more. One of the things they have in here is they have a whole system for creating NPCs for you on the fly, and that's always great. Now, another thing too, they have subgenres. So if you're coming up with an idea of what kind of adventure you want to run, they will give you ideas of what movies. They got comics and I believe books in here and TV series to give you an idea of where you could get some more inspiration for what you're trying to go for. So, like that Marsh game, like right away I see military, and that setting could be about people trying to fight for more worshippers for those gods to try to bring the gods back to the world. And you could turn it into a military setting. And if I wanted to do that, they have a list of like inspiration I can go with, right at. So next, they have a settlement toolbox. This helps you determine how your settlements are, the locations your people are living in. It gives you the description of it. It gives you ideas of locations. Definitely, I'm going to be running a 3.5 campaign here soon, and I'm definitely going to take full advantage of this because I have a few areas that I want my players to really feel alive because they're going to be in such grounded areas. It's like a cityscape. Now, the last thing I do want to bring up is page 155 or 158. They have this exploration log. So if you're running a sandbox game, you have a sheet to actually plot down where the characters are traveling, and you can keep track of what each one of these terrain areas are and you can actually give the sheet out to your players to help you. Yeah, I I think this is a great tool set for pretty much any system. Um, I, now that I have it, I'm hoping to use it a lot more in my other settings and systems. I hope this video was okay. First upload. If you guys have any comments or critiques, I'd love to hear them, and hope to see you again next time.